Okay.
You're looking good. Brother ground.
Yeah, I saw him.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Let them know that I got.
It is a great afternoon at Jefferson Community College.
Yes,
Thank you, Cedric, for being exuberant for us.
as always. That's all.
I'm so pleased to see all of you here today for our groundbreaking ceremony. Now, obviously, if you looked over there, we have broken a little ground already. But today is our ceremony for the groundbreaking of our incredible new Collaborative Learning Center. We have several folks who are going to talk for a couple of minutes. I just have to start out by, for a brief minute, talking about the incredible partnership that it took to make this project a reality. We have been working on this initiative for, 7.5, almost 8 years to bring this to fruition. Our partners with Brene and Carr and Associates, our partnership with MAC Architecture, our partnership with Purcell Construction, the incredible support that we had from the Jefferson County Board of Legislators, the support we had from the state, our trustees, our foundation board, our community, faculty and staff, all who are behind making this project a reality. So we've been through the times when we had no funding. We've been through the times when we thought we had funding and oops, we did not. And now we are at the point where you can see we are breaking ground. So we're gonna have, as I said, have several people come up and speak. But I'm so excited. This is such a big day for the students of Jefferson Community College to have this new facility for themselves. So with that, we're gonna start with students. I'm gonna ask Danielle Scott, President of the Student Government Association, to come up for a few words.
Thanks, Cedric. Good afternoon, everyone. As a recent graduate here at JCC, I can say that most of my best experiences have been outside the classroom. Whether it was involved with student activities or working with the core student leaders, or just going over to the library to get some help with some of my classes. From my travels across the state, I have not seen any other campus that is so student-oriented like JCC, and I'm very proud of that. Sorry, guys. From the campus, faculty, staff, even their administration, student leaders, and other organizations, they all have one goal, and that goal is to see students succeed. I have no doubt that with the new Collaborative Learning Center, JCC will be able to go a step further in providing support and services to all students, so that students are able to succeed here on this campus and even after graduation. At Jefferson, there will always be more here. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to ask Robin Mack to come up. Robin is the architect for this project and has worked with us on both of our facilities master plans. So I know this has been a labor of love for Robin. So please join us.
Thank you, Carol. And yes, it definitely has been a labor of love. There's no question about that. It's funny that you mentioned about 7 or 8 years we've been working on this. Well, I remember back about 8 years ago when my partners here at Bernier Carr, Pam Bayer and Bernie Brown, asked me to come to a meeting here at JCC with Dr. McCoy, and I'd never met Dr. McCoy before, so I thought, sure, why not? We wanted to talk about the facilities master plan. So Dr. McCoy talked a lot about some really big ideas. Some of them were strategic, some of them were educational, many of them were facilities related. Some I even thought were kind of crazy, actually, like maybe even this project. But these were the things that Carol thought that she needed here to really help carry out her vision. And I said to Pam when we walked out, I said, who is that woman? Where did she come from? It was pretty refreshing for me because a lot of the jobs that we've worked on at many of the other campuses, when we deal with people higher in administration, it's kind of like cut and dry. You don't really get much input and you don't really understand what the full picture is. But Carol outlined it, I thought, pretty well. But I was really concerned about, would it really be possible to accomplish a lot of these things at a community college that at that point in time had declining enrollment, money's always tight, so the financial resources were not the greatest. And so I really wondered if this was just talk or was this something that Carol was going to really pursue and carry out. Well, as I found out, every great dream begins with a dreamer. And I'm so grateful that our firm could be a part of this JCC dream. It's really one that's lasted 8 years now, one that's been an incredible journey. Certainly, we started with the dorm a few years ago. That was, to me, one of the nicest projects that I'd ever worked on. And now we've got this collaborative learning center. And this building, to me, it's one of the most exciting projects I think that I've ever worked on. It's just going to be a gorgeous contemporary facility, extensive glass and natural light. The exterior is going to be something that you probably haven't seen up here. It's going to be mostly porcelain tile and metal panel, very, very upscale, hopefully something that students will really enjoy and be able to call home. Inside, there's some really cool spaces. The student lounge has a fireplace with 3 sides on it. Would be a place probably that I'd want to kind of hang out if I were 18 or 19 and back in school again. A new learning and success center that also includes the STAR program and career planning so that the college can provide a better student-oriented experience. And then lastly, the second floor is a new library with a large tutoring area, group study rooms. We have full-height writing walls where students can go in and really marker up the walls, and it's not considered graffiti. Hopefully it's really learning. And today we talked a lot about outfitting these spaces, and we're going to have some of what I think is some of the coolest furniture out in the market, and it's really functional stuff, but it's something that's quite extraordinary and really not the typical kinds of things that you would see in a college campus in a lot of cases. This design was really guided by goals, it was driven by passion, and it was fueled really by collaboration. The building will be amazing, representative of the process, and I'm always a big believer in the process. This has been a truly collaborative one that's guided this design. It's included what I call facilitators, realists, doers, and of course a dreamer. So my thanks to the facilitators, and those would be folks like Betsy Penrose, Tom Finch, Jerry Fairman, Linda Dittrich, Marvin Blackman. Those are the leaders that organized a lot of the groups, provided the input, told us when we were wrong, told us when we had to kind of step back. Thank you for your patience, I do appreciate that. Thanks to the realists, and those are the money guys, Dan Dupe and Bruce Alexander. You gave us a lot of design freedom, which is greatly appreciated. We don't usually get that, but we made sure that we solved what the real design issues were in the process. I know that you held us accountable, and thank you for your guidance. I do appreciate that. Special thanks to the doers, people that worked in the trenches every day. The staff at Purcell Construction, probably the best construction management contractors that we've ever worked with anywhere in the state. It was a pleasure to work with them on the dorm and then here again on the CLC. Tina Schneider, Jason McCulloch, Emily Carl, terrific job, kept us on task and certainly on budget. Staff at Bernier Carr, led by Mary Cecil and Jason Jancy, special thank you for asking us to be on your team. All of the engineers there just do a spectacular job and really kept this project on time and on budget. And my staff at Mac Architecture, a number of designers that are in our office that really put a lot of time into this. It's always interesting to me. It's rewarding for me to be able to stand up here and Carol says I'm the architect for the building. That's all well and good, but a lot of the credit on this job goes to Rob Bruner. He's our lead architectural designer on this. He put his heart and soul into this project. He was the guy that worked the 60 and 70-hour weeks and weekends, and pretty much challenged me along the way to make this a really special project. And so when you see this building in its final form, you'll see a lot of Rob's influence on what's going to happen here. So thank you, Rob. And of course, no vision is complete without the dreamer. Thanks, Carol, for allowing us to do this, and we really, truly appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Well, it is one thing to have dreams and to have vision, but it certainly takes money to make projects like this happen. And in order to get money, you have to share your vision, you have to share your dream, you have to sell the story. And so today we have Assemblywoman Addie Jenny Russell from our Assembly District, who worked with us, worked with the state to help make this project a reality. So I'll ask Addie to come forward.
Is that feedback okay? You guys hearing that feedback or no? Oh, good. So 7.5, 8 years ago gets me back to county legislature days, I think. But those were some pretty challenging days back when the Great Recession was upon us, and really becoming, apparent that a lot of our priorities that we have for our community were probably going to be delayed. And so it is just wonderful that we've been able to hang on to a project for this long and have it come to fruition. So it's pretty special. We did have a little bit of a blip in budget language, as many of you are aware, but I really congratulate and thank everybody that was involved in this project for understanding how vital it was to this community and keeping it on track, even though we were missing a couple of words to really make sure that we could make sure this project became a reality. But I'd like to, just for a minute, reflect upon libraries. Now, we're not supposed to call this a library for reasons I'll talk about in a few minutes. But really a community, an organization, an entity is really judged on things that they have, including their library. And so, this project represents an acknowledgement by people here at JCC, people in the community, the Jefferson County Board of Legislators, and the state, to really recognize and understanding how important institutions like libraries are, and really how we're judged by them and how we will be looked at in the future, but where our priorities were. Did they lie in education, or did they lie in other things that maybe aren't as enduring? So it really is a testament to the leadership here in this region that this project has remained a priority, and we figured out how to get it done. Having said that, we don't want a dusty library where books are just left on the shelf. And so that's why this is a collaborative learning center. This is the future of libraries in our communities. It's a place where people come and interact. It's not just passive reading and the search of knowledge. It's about a community searching for knowledge. It's about people coming together and thinking and ideas and active participation in what's going on. So this project really represents the best of everything. Our priority in education and in community. So that's why it's really special. But really the thing that's most important to me up here, which is a little sarcastic, are the two boards in the middle, because I think every time Carol talks to me about a project here at JCC, I say, can you get some comfortable furniture? It's, we all are used to the furniture that has different lines. It might not be as comfortable as we'd all like it to be, but I really, the amount of detail that has been paid to this project really is amazing, right down to making sure that it is inviting for our students and our community, so that it is a place that has active learning and dialogue and communication going on. So I probably could go on forever, as many of you can attest to, but it's hot. This is a celebratory day, and to play off of what our first speaker said, there's going to be more here at JCC. Congratulations.
Thank you, Addie. The funding for the project came through both the state of New York as well as Jefferson County. And I have to tell you that we were thrilled when Jefferson County took the lead on supporting this project for us. And as Addie said, from her days as a member of the County Board of Legislators, we know that funding something like this is not easy, and have just been so appreciative of the county and all of their support. Unfortunately, Carolyn Fitzpatrick, who had planned to be here, is unable to do so. So in her place, Legislator Michael Monticelli is going to speak. And Mike is a graduate of Jefferson Community College.
That's correct. I am an alumnus of JCC, and I'm proud to be here to have this opportunity. Every time I come on this campus, I reflect back not to my days here as a student, but to my days as a teenager listening to the Board of Supervisors on WOTT radio debate whether or not we should have a community college. Looks like they made the right choice. I do bring you greetings from the chairwoman. Chairwoman Fitzpatrick is a family event in, I believe, Fayetteville. She's got a granddaughter who's a senior in high school performing, I'm not sure what instrument, but some instrument. This is her last performance, so that's where Carolyn is. I would like to acknowledge other legislators that are in the audience. Legislator Phil Reed, Legislator Jeremiah Maxon, and Legislator John Peck, who have taken their time to come on up here to this ceremony. The only other thing I guess I wanted to say was really about the funding. I mean, the county supports the college, as much as the county can support the college. But the word collaborative learning center, it's kind of interesting because it is a collaboration of the state government, the county government, Board of Trustees working together to see that this can happen. And when I reflect on it being a collaborative learning center, it just seems so 21st century to me. I'm a Melville Dewey guy. You remember the Dewey Decimal System. And I have to say the library served me well personally, because not only was I an alumnus from here, but while I was getting my other 2 degrees, I came here to work because it was a very good place. So I guess I have no further comments other than to wish the college the best with this new facility. Thank you.
Last but certainly not least, I'm going to invite Jim Scordo, who is the chair of the Jefferson County Board of Trustees, forward. And the trustees have been unwavering in their support of master planning at the campus, whether at the strategic plan level or the facilities plan level. And their input, their guidance, and their work out in the community to help bring this to fruition has just been tremendous. And I can never thank the board enough for all the things that they do both publicly and behind the scenes to support the college. So with that, Jim.
It seems like it was just yesterday that first we were doing the groundbreaking and then we were doing the ribbon cutting on the residence halls over here next door. And just as the residence halls were a great success and a great addition to the JCC campus, so will the Collaborative Learning Center. The Collaborative Learning Center will benefit the students, the faculty, the staff, and everybody here at JCC, as well as our community. We are fortunate that we have Purcell Construction, once again involved as a project manager. Betty and Kring is a general contractor, and we are in great hands with our local professional services. I want to say congratulations to the administration, the faculty and staff, and the students here at the college on moving forward with this project. And I want to say thanks finally to Jefferson County for your support, and New York State for your support for this project to allow us to move forward. And with that, thank you very much for attending here this day, and we're going to dig up a little more
We're going to go dig dirt.
Good. Thank you.